Hi everyone, it's Jen. Welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. So I'm following on from yesterday's video. I didn't quite get the flip-flop signature that I wanted to recreate from Steph's video. So that's Steph at Hilltop View Journals. Do go and check her out. She's wonderful inspiration. And she is part of the collaboration as well. Our 100 Days of Junk Journaling Ideas, hosted by Rachel Bella Crafts. So yesterday's video, all I managed to do was to get everything that I'd made and put into the signature and showed you. What I've decided to do then with today's little video is to create that little flip-flop idea. Let's just move that up out the way. So I pulled out one of the signatures, and normally obviously we would put signatures in, you'd sew them in like this, and this method that Steph showed us was a no-sew method, and it just involves you using some strips of paper to join the two together. So I was thinking that I'd go ahead and I would do that. Now I might take out some of the coffee dye paper and add some other pages in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it all back up for now. So these are my two journal pages. I know I definitely want that one on the front. We'll see. And I've got a book page from the signature, but I did pull out a couple more. And I think what I would do is, if I'm going to start with this as the base and then work up with it. It's been a while since I watched the video, so I'm just looking to see my scraps under here. I've got some scraps of paper that I think would be good to use as the element to join them. I think Steph just used like book pages, some music paper. I think she might have used actually one of the other pages. Let me just grab it from the stack of paper here and see. This is what we're following if you've not seen, but I'm sure you all know and familiar with the collaboration now. Now I've got some other pages in here. I know I have that I've got. Yeah, there we go. That's one of them. That's got some writing. That would be a good one. I think that one, we could cut that one up. Ah, there we go, there's another one. I knew I had some of these pages from the Billet Doux kit, because Steph did use some of those as well. So I kind of want to, I don't know whether I'll do any tweaks to it or anything. I've not done a prototype or anything, so we're just crafting straight away on here. Now that's not straight, is it? Nowhere near straight, so let's just grab my ruler, because if it's not straight it will bug me. There. I think I'm not going to even keep that because that's not straight. Okay, so what we then do is you fold it in on itself. I'm sure you've probably seen this done, and this isn't a tutorial. Please do go and check out Steph's tutorial. She does it much better than I do. And then she attaches that on there with your next one then on top. And I do like a layered look, so I'm thinking I might have that. So if you've got that and that together, and then you've got that joining it. Okay, now do I want to do any inking on it? I think I might. Because I do like things inked. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. busy weekend, so unfortunately my fatigue is quite high today, but yeah, joys of having chronic illness. Stuff still has to be done. Okay, now I think rather than glue, I don't know, I might be able to. Let's try and see. Let's move my pages up there. I've got my glue sheet here. Grab the Prick Stick. Let's see if we can get this done this way. Normally I would glue them individually. Bone folder. I'm just going to burnish that bit better. So that's going to go like that, and then we want just a little gap. You don't need much, but you do want a little gap. I think that might move. We'll see. We'll see if I can do it. Okay. So, yeah, see, I moved it. Put you about center. Yeah, I'm gonna do it this way first, I think. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this down this way. No, it needs to go that way, doesn't it? Okay. Let's see, how did we do? I leave a bit of a gap. I don't think I left enough of a gap in there. That folds in. I don't know, it would work. So you're joining your two pages like that, and that's going to form your signature. So if I keep this as my middle page, I will work one up this way, and then I'm going to work this way. But it still could go in, I suppose, into a journal that way. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to have a play. So we've got that there. What I'm thinking of is I think that would look nice on the top there. Okay, so let's see what we want to join this one with. Or do we want a bit of patterned material, paper again? See what we've got about that. What's something that's going to complement that lace? I do that and just cut that bit off there. That might work. But then it's not a very big piece, is it? And it does. I didn't do a very big piece there. I think I probably would need to go a bit longer. Okay. I have any? What about a piece of that? Well, that would match that, wouldn't it? No, it is that way. Oh, I'm being indecisive. Being very indecisive here. No, I think I'm going to go with this bit on the end here. Excuse me. So I'll just leave them side there while I'm just going to tear it. Oops. way around while I'm here, because I might use this one, some other elements of it. Okay, move them over to my overflowing bin. I need to empty that. Right, so this is the little bit that I want to join on here. So I think I'm going to just cut this tear down here. Let's try and see if we can get it semi-straight. On here. And then I just there we go. Just tear that off there. Okay, give it a bit of an ink. There we go. Now, I'm just wondering. Right, hold it there without doing the crease in the middle this time round. Just see if I can glue that down. Just finding the way that is easiest for you, isn't it? So we are about there. And then that would easily fold over like so. Would that be right? Okay, yeah, there's a bit of a gap between that one. So you're building up a signature. We've got 3 pages in our little signature now. It's such a different way of doing it, this is, to how I've always done. I've always done them where you stack them and sewn them in. I've never done this kind of journal, so it feels very alien. Yeah, I think they are going to lay flat. Okay, so now I need to work on the top here. I'm thinking probably just a coffee dye page on here. Or do I go for another book page? I suppose there's no reason why I couldn't put another page on here instead. So where are we? We do the book page, we've got that. I suppose I'm looking at it still as a signature for let me just explain. When I'm putting together a signature, let's flip in, so like signature here, I like to look at what looks nice between the pages, especially if I've got book pages in here. I like to create elements that are stacked, and I'm kind of looking at this process the same, but it isn't. It's a totally different way of doing it, because I've even got some single sheets here, which I think you could put on here as a single sheet, and that would flip up as the page. So it'd flip over like that. So I think I'll add that to a bigger page. So let me just, I'm running out of space on my desk here. I've got a big dining room table as my desk, and I'm still running out. Okay, so where are my double-sided ones? Here we go. Let's, oh, that's a pretty one. Let's have that one. That could go back on there. fold this. It's printed on the back with one of the freebie colours that Rachel gave you. She gave you some plain sheets. So let's fold that like so. We can attach this one to here, so that forms a page, and then I think that would be better on the page like that. So it glues down, and then you'd open it. You might do it that way actually. Or you could do it as a double one. Anyway, let's put this one down. So let's line you up there. Line you up there. I think I might do this one because it's starting to get a bit of a depth there. I'm worried that I'm going to get it a bit creased. Should we do just coffee dye on this one? Yeah, but I don't want it that wide or that long. No, I still think we could have maybe some of this. Maybe we could use book page itself for that. What do I think? Yeah, I think a book page would be good. Let's tear this along here. And how long? I'll take a bit off here. Just a little bit off the top. I'll use that side. It's higher. And then we'll take that off there. There we go. Okay, so let's use this side, and roughly how much do we want? I think that would make a good tear. Let's do a couple while we're there. Couple more strips. That's a little strip, but that's fine. Okay. So we're adding this to here, and I think on this occasion I will fold it. I think that's why Steph must have folded them. There we go. So that she can glue that down onto there, and then glue this one down onto the top. Okay, let's see if we can do this with this glue. I haven't inked it, have I? Never mind. Doesn't matter so much with the book page. I'm just going to put that flush on there. So that's ready now. If I just put some glue on here, like so, I should then be able to attach. Let's do it this way. Excuse my head if it comes in, but I kind of want to line it up like that. Okay, how's that looking? Not enough gap. Not enough wiggle room. Hey, here we go. Let's put a bit more glue just on there, and make sure I give it much more gap. There we go. And it looks a better. Still a little, isn't it? Okay, maybe I do need to do them so that they're open. Otherwise that's going to be a bit... Oh, let's see if I can get that off. That's the joys of using Pritt Stick. Okay, well, let's do it this way then. Go straight there. And see if that will work. Oh, I've got too much this end. Oh, I'm not doing this very well, am I? I loved the concept and the idea of it, but yeah, just I seem to be struggling to actually put it together. Okay, and that's a little bit longer than I wanted, but we've got a page here that flips open for a page, that flips open for our page, that's our center page. I might work, shall we work on there? See, yeah, look, I've not done that right at all, that one. I am planning to wrap something around the whole of it afterwards, so perhaps we could do that. What else have we got? Maybe we could have another book page and then coffee dye. Okay. I think I will use some of this time. So let's cut the strip of this. Which way does it go? It does go that way. Okay, and I'll need to drop it down a bit. Okay. Let's drop it upside down. Right, let's fold it. This one I will remember to ink as well. And then I must check my time, because I've been faffing a lot in trying to recreate this. I just really wanted to give it a go. I'm wondering if I would be better without this glue and use my other glue. Let's see. This is just my strong PVA craft glue. A bit like art glitter glue. I don't think you get that as much movement, but I just feel I might be a little bit less clumsy when stuff, because with glue stick, things for me just tend to stick everything together and it's really frustrating. I want that slightly over. That slightly over. I've got a bit of movement here. Yeah, that'll do. That's flush on there. So I'm going to have to hang it that way, wasn't I? Yeah, because I should have put it on that side, shouldn't I? So here's another thing to think of. Never mind, we will put it on this side. So let's put some glue on here. And we want to then get those so that they are right on. How does that flip open? Yeah, that flips open okay. That was actually easier to do it with that glue. Okay, so then we had a digital page, didn't we? So shall we grab what we got? 1, 2, 3. That one I wanted at the front. I know that. So let's grab another patterned digital page from here. So let's see what we've got. Blues. Looking at one of these maybe. Let's have that one. The other thing is Steph's pages were a lot smaller. They were thinner because I think she tends to work more traveller's notebook size, whereas this is full journal size. So we are joining this like that. We used that one on there, didn't we? Let's look at using maybe that. Just a nice bigger one this time round. Or do I? Okay, actually think I'm going to go along here. Let's get it straight, that would help. There we go. Now that's... Don't like that with that one, but that will be good for another one. I'm then thinking I might use this element here. So let's just... pair that there. And then how far off do we want? Just a bit off the bottom. There we go. Right, that's not straight. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's straight. So a little ink on here. How am I doing on time? 28 minutes. Okay. I might go slightly over my half hour because I want to, I do want to get this done and finished. Okay. So let's put glue along here. And I'm going to put it on this side first. And right up there, I think. Okay. Then we'll glue this down onto here. It looks straight with the others. And let's see how we are. It's not straight on here, is it? That's better. There we go. So that's that. So that kind of emulates that. Then I think we will have the coffee dye front, and then one of those on the front, and then I think that is probably going to be enough for a little signature. I do want to add one of these to a page and do some flips that go maybe this way, because that's an idea that I had. So let's look at what we're going to do to join these. How that doesn't maybe some book page would look good. Yeah, let's do the book page. Now, looking at how I've done that, there's a bit of a lip there that I don't want to glue onto. So when I glue, I'm going to have to put, or hang it over, but only glue a small piece of it, I think. Do I do it that way and then position that on there? I think, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we want to just get it about there, don't we? Okay. And then we'll glue this bit down on here. Okay. So let's put some glue on here. And see if we can get that kind of straight. Along there, let's see what that looks like. Might give you, it's wonky at the bottom, but I think it's wonky because the other one underneath has gone wonky. Okay. I still think that's fine. So now we need to join these. So we're joining this and this, and then I think I'm going to use that to join it on this one. So it's slightly wider, but I did want to use this. Okay. I'm just wondering if I glue this one on here first and then yeah, let's glue this way around. I don't suppose it matters. This is just my ideas book, so I can work on finessing it in the future. Okay, that's got a nice little bit of a lip there. I didn't ink that one, did I? Look, never mind. And so that is going to go on to there. Okay. So let's just ink, glue, not ink, along here. Oops. And we want to position this one on here, like so, straight. Okay, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that have been put on there. I wanted to create one that was a flip this way, so I'm attaching something along there that's the flip. Or do I want to just leave it like that? I think it looks quite nice. I think it's especially if you're doing more of a scrappy style journal and you're just putting it together. Let's see, how many pages? 1, 2. So that is my center page then. So that forms the center of it. As you can see, I've not got a proper gap neatly all the way along there. I think that's what you would probably do, but what I want to do is just wrap something around the whole of that. And I'm thinking I might use a piece of this to wrap around that. Yeah, so I want a nice decent wedge of this to wrap around. So I think that would look good. And I'm not going to score this. I'm just going to where am I? Just wondering if I create like a little spine along here. So you've got like that. So I'd fold it along there. Let's see how this is going to work. So that gets glued onto the front there. Then I would create a little file, little wedge for there. Oh, that might work actually. Okay, let's do this first bit. Let's ink to start with. If I'm honest, I can't remember. I've watched so many of Steph's videos because she's doing the 100 days of crafting anyway, as well as the collaboration. So I've been watching a lot of her videos. I just love her style. It's so flip-floppy and with the journals that she does, and quite grungy, and yeah, she's got a lovely style. So let's glue this on, then we can manipulate and see if we can create a little. I was thinking a bit of fabric, and I think I still will put some lace on after I've put this, but I just want to put this on to kind of find that edge, if you like. So let's just pop that on like so. That should be there. We folded it that way so it doesn't get caught on any of those other pages. That's good. Okay, so now what I want to do is bring this over here and create a little fold in there like that, and then that will get stuck down, and that kind of like binds your little signature. Okay, I think that's gonna work. So let's glue it down here and along here. Well, there's some noise going on. I guess someone's cutting a hedge, doing some maintenance work. Hopefully that's not, you won't pick that up on camera. Okay, and that, just check it's not gone and stuck to that side. Shouldn't be. You should be able to open it. Just pop a bit of glue on that corner. Blob. That's it. There we go. Okay, so that's all done, I think. So let's see. So that opens your page there. And you've got a double page there. It's a little wonky, but as it's my very first attempt, I don't mind. That opens nicely there. That page opens. That page opens. Another book page. And then we've got our final page. And that will go in my journal like so. You do get a bit of that puckering when you open it flat, but I think that's fine. If I added some lace to that, that wouldn't be so bad. Oh, do you know what? I'm really pleased with that. How am I doing on time? 42 minutes. So yeah, let's pop this in our journal and see a comparison. So where are we? That was that. So it's this signature here. So let's pull that into here and see how that looks in there. So it's, yeah, looks fine. I mean, this signature flips like that. This one obviously is complete, so it'd be like if you had sewn this and put it in this type of journal. But I absolutely love that idea. So yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for crafting along. Please do check out Steph's video on how you create this. She's got a fabulous full flip-flop journal. She does some lovely stuff. And then check out all the other collaborations that are going on this week. And I will be back next week with some more hashtag 100 days junk journaling ideas recreations. We've got a couple more weeks yet before my week is up. I'm on week 9 and week 10 of the collaboration. I've got 2 different types of videos coming. But yeah, I'm just loving this collaboration and the inspiration that's out there. So thank you very much for watching another video of mine. Hope you don't mind it being slightly longer. And I will see you in my next video. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye.